There's a dogmatic principle held by many in the fitness industry that if you do cardio once, you're gonna turn into a skinny marathon runner. I find this amusing and ironic because these same people are the people that will tell women, oh, well, yeah, you should lift weights, you're not gonna get muscular, yet they think that if they do cardio once, they're just gonna shrink. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I understand a lot of the misconceptions stem kind of from that, but the fact is, conditioning, when done properly, can be a great boost to helping you lose fat. And clearly it depends what you're using it for. If you're on a fat loss diet, you're using it to burn fat. So there is obviously some truth to the matter that, you know, if you do cardio and your goal is to lose fat, that might be different than if your goal is to increase your conditioning. But there's still a place for it if you think that it's necessary. The other problem for people is sometimes they only have a certain amount of time during the week to actually train, and they need to understand where they need to partition their time. Should they be only doing cardio? Should they only be doing weights? Should they be having a split between both of them? So my goal of this video is to help you understand what you need to know in order to understand how to partition your conditioning work to your weight training, if you should be doing 100% of each or doing 50% of each, whatever. But I want to give you a better understanding of how to partition your cardio to your weight training so that you can get the best results for your fat loss diet. The first point I want to go over is that cardio, which I'll be using interchangeably in this video with conditioning, doesn't mean that it's going to interfere with your lifts. So I don't care if you're trying to lose fat, if you're in maintenance mode, if you're trying to gain weight, whatever. If you do conditioning at a proper intensity, it's not going to mess with your lifts at all. You can do cardio similar to do your lifts. You can do cardio where the intensity is through the roof and you're going to be feeling tired the next couple days, just like weight training. Or you can go in, do your weight training, do your cardio, and the next day you'll feel just as fresh as you normally do. So clearly these intensity levels matter, and depending on what our goals are, we have to take that into account to what we want to do. When time is an issue for you, you have to kind of determine where your priorities lie. If you're trying to lose weight and you really like your strength training, as long as your diet's in check, you can get away with only doing strength training and just dieting properly. If you feel that you have more time and you want to start adding a little bit of cardio to your training, then you can do these types of things on your off days, or you can do it after your strength training workouts. If you're really trying to just improve your conditioning, then clearly you're gonna have to make conditioning probably more of a priority and up the frequency of that to maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and your strength training might just be more in maintenance mode. So with that said, you'll notice that the key that I said there was that cardio isn't necessary for burning fat. So if you are really trying to burn fat and that's your only goal, along with trying to maintain your progress in the gym with your gym lifts, then no, you don't necessarily have to do cardio. It's not something you have to do. But if you really want amazing fat loss results, or if you want to get fat loss without even necessarily changing your diet, it works. I haven't given a lot of cardio to a lot of my clients, but myself personally, I increased my cardio from basically doing 0 to about 4 times a week. And my cardio was hard. It was probably lasting anywhere between 30 to 90 minutes. And I didn't change my diet at all, and I cut easily 10 pounds of fat, mainly fat. So, you know, cardio works. If you're able to drastically increase your calorie expenditure, then you're gonna lose weight, provided that your diet stays the exact same. But again, this only applies to people who have time to do a lot of cardio, because it takes up time. In this last part, I wanna go over how cardio can be used for fat loss people who are trying to make sure that they're able to maintain or even progress their strength lifts. So as I discussed earlier, intensity matters. If we can use a lower intensity conditioning method that allows us to recover the day after or even right after, then we can keep on lifting and keep on pushing our weights just like we normally do, but now we have an additional cardio component to our training program. So what are the best lower intensity types of cardios you can do? The one simplest one is just your normal steady state cardio. This is the one that you're gonna see the majority of people doing When you see people on treadmills, when you see bodybuilders getting ready for a show, they're just gonna hop on a treadmill, do lower intensity stuff, you know, keeping your heart rate in that kind of, say, 60 to 70% range. Really good start. For most of you, that's gonna be keeping your heart rate around, say, 135 to 150. That's a really, really good start. That's a level that you can basically hold a conversation on and allows you to still go through at least 30 minutes of that, and the next day you should not feel like you've been hit by a truck. If you do some super hard cardio, like, you know, a CrossFit Metcon or something, clearly that's gonna be a method that's gonna take a couple days to recover from. So that's not what you wanna do if strength is your immediate goal. So with that being said, I wanna just give you a couple other things you can do. So sticking with that cardiac output method of just keeping our heart rate kind of in that 135 to 155 range, we can use a host of different machines. You can use treadmills, you can use ellipticals, you can use spinners, you can use the Concept 2 rower, you can use Airdyne bikes, you can use whatever you want. If you're in a specific sport or have a specific exercise that you like to do often, use that exercise and just try to keep your heart rate in that range. Just make sure that you're not causing any undue fatigue to your body so that it doesn't interfere with any of your lifts. If you know of anyone who wants to start incorporating a little bit of conditioning into their programming but is unsure if they'll screw up their gains with their strength, feel free to share this video with them. Just trying to help out as many people as I can and spread the word. If you like this video, please hit the like button. I'd really appreciate that. And if you enjoy these types of videos, please hit that subscribe button. I got a lot more coming to you. Looking forward to talking to you again soon. Peace.